Hey guys, it's me, Blue. I know today is supposed to be the second half of the Nope book tag, but I have recently joined, I want to say, a squad or a group or something on Twitter, and we've all been chatting nonstop, and it's awesome. And one of the girls says that the 29th, which is coming up, is her birthday. And just like I did with Jay, I kind of want to celebrate her birthday by doing the book tag that she created. So I'm super excited. So this is the Hogwarts personality book tag created over at Castle Library by, I have to try this, okay? Princess Duh. It's probably the cutest thing ever. She's so adorable. And of course, we have to rep the colors because she's a Ravenclaw too, which makes me so happy. So what she's done is she's taken the 4 houses and she's taken a handful of characters and she's created a book tag and prompts based on houses and then based on characters. So I'm just going to get into it. And of course, I have none of these books, and I'm trying to only do books that I've read this past year. So I might have to actually delve into my book list from last year. Okay, so first of all, because Ravenclaw. The first prompt is Ravenclaw, and that's, a book that you walked away from feeling enlightened. That, for me, has to be Flags of Our Fathers. Like, I don't read a lot of nonfiction, but that one really spoke to me, like, because I came from a military family. I learned a lot about, you know, what the Vietnam War was and about these guys who held this flag up at the war. Like, it was really, not Vietnam War. Was it the Vietnam War? World War II? I might have to read the book again. I think it was in World War II, but it was so good. Like, it was in Japan that it happened, and it was so cool, like, to hear the story of these guys and about the memorial and about how much research this guy did into, like, all of their pasts. Like, it was really cool. So I want to grab the other scarves that I've made and be like, no, it's Slytherin. But even though, like, I'm like, could I find the scarves? I know I can't find Hufflepuff because that one is on a snowman out front. So second one is Slytherin, and it's a book where you are rooting for the villain. I'm gonna say Hook's Tale. I had to read a book with a villain or anti-hero this year, and it was called, I think I read Hook's Tale, and it's like the true story behind something, like, and a true story of the pirate or something like that. I'm trying to remember the exact title, but it's called Hook's Tale, and it's so good because it's literally like his perspective on the whole thing. And I've seen so many things where Peter Pan is a villain and he's a jerk and he's mean and he's, you know, the spirit of death, or he's, you know, there's just so many things out there now. And so to read this book and just be like, he's not evil, he's just a jealous kid. Like, he just doesn't know any better. He wants to have his friend all to himself. He doesn't want to share it with a girl. He doesn't want to share it with pirates. He doesn't want to share. So that's just kind of like the perspective I got. So it's a really good book. Totally recommend it. That's my Slytherin read. Number 3 is Hufflepuff. The book that made you, oh my gosh, Blue, you cannot write a word. Book that that you were part of the friendship. Made you feel like you were part of the friendship. It is too late at night. I cannot handle this right now. So it's like a book that made you feel like you were part of the friendship. My brain keeps going back to the Hunger Games. Like, every time I've felt, I know a lot of people complain that it's not an immersive book, but I felt immersed. Like, I felt like I was part of that world. I felt like I was part of that friendship. And yes, all of the characters were frustrating and all of the characters were irritating in some way, but I think that's what friendship is. Like, like, my friends and I don't always agree on everything. A lot of times we fight or we don't get along, and that's what Katniss and Peeta and Gale and Rue and all these other characters were. Like, they were fighting, but they were working towards a common goal. Like, it's that kind of idea. So I kind of felt like I was really immersed in that. So I felt like I was part of them. Gryffindor, a book that took struggle strength and courage to get through. I told you I cannot write tonight. Strength and courage to get through. This one, she actually wrote on it, take that what you will. And I really wanted to be like, what's the one book that I hated this year? But I think I'm going to go with The Shack. And it's ironically a book that I'm reading again. Because it was so... When you become a mom, books about child death and child kidnapping and those situations are that much harder for you because you're putting yourself into that character's shoes and thinking, what if that happened to me? What if that happened to my kids? And it just puts you in a totally different like level of connection to the characters. And so The Shack, I'm trying not to give anything away, is about this man who's trying to forgive the man who kidnapped his daughter. And it is so hard. Like, I got to the kidnapping part and I was just like, nope, not gonna read it. And I don't think I picked it up for another month. It was a book that I had to be in the right headspace for. And I did finally finish it, and it was a really good read, which is why it's part of a book club for December, and I'm reading it again. But that one took a lot of strength to get through, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. Alright, so after the houses are done, Princess, duh. I love doing that. I think she's so cute. After that, she picks different characters. That's Harry Potter character. So the first one she picks, of course, title character, Harry Potter, the chosen one. Can you tell I'm not a fan of Gryffindor? Can you tell? I'm so irritated. Like, you're a, can't all be the chosen one. Anyway, so Harry, and she put this on. So she says, it started weak, but it ended with a punch. I'm going to put that as the series that I'm just currently reading, The Parallel Parks by Bailey Cunningham. I just finished Prize of Night, I think, or Path of Smoke. Path of Smoke. I just finished Path of Smoke, and it's so good, but it started out really slow, and then it built into something really, really good. And now I'm going to get the third one because I'm so excited. I'm probably going to read that for part of next. Whatever I can, I'm going to fit it into next month's book battle. I'm so excited by it. Anyway, so the last book started out really, really slow, but it built to this powerful ending. So read it. It's so good. So that's my Harry Potter. Ron overcame a fear. You know what? I'm gonna read Bloody Jack. I'm gonna say Bloody Jack. There's a pirate series that I listened to on my audiobooks, and it's so good, but it took a long time to get into because she's got this really thick accent, this Cockney accent, and it's a little hard to get past, but it's a good series. So I read Bloody Jack, and it's about this girl who becomes a boy, a cabin boy, and nobody knows. And there are things like she doesn't understand about herself, like her body changing. Because at one point, she goes through the time of the month. Sorry, boys listening, you can ignore this. And she's like, I am dying. My life is over. I've left my will to my friends. And it's just and then in a week, she's like, no, I guess Christ is already done. And then she goes on and on and on. And then the next month, she's like, I am dying again. It's just this big dramatic, but she doesn't really have anyone to teach her about her body. So it's kind of interesting to read. And some of the things that she's overcome, of course, being discovered as a girl, because who she is, if she gets discovered, she could get in a lot of trouble. So she overcomes a fear and becomes a pirate, and then she winds up, well, I'm not gonna tell. It's really good. So check it out, Bloody Jack. Hermione, a super smart female main character. Back to the pirate series again. I'm gonna say daughter of a pirate king. I wish I could remember the main character's name because she was absolutely brilliant. She was so smart and strong, and she got that from her dad, and she had the use of magic from her mom, I'm not gonna say anything else, but she's a really strong, smart character, and so I enjoyed the series a lot. I really liked her. I really liked the whole series. I'm definitely gonna look into the Siren Queen, Daughter of a Siren Queen, for next year because it's a very good series. Anyway, next character is Luna, a weird book but turned out to be a favorite. Undead Girl Gang. Like, it's the very first thing that popped into my head when it's like weird. Undead Girl Gang. Like, she befriends zombies. Like, it's an awesome book. It's so good. Like, but it's weird. It's weird, but it's good. It's so good. Actually, I could say that probably for any Sherlock Holmes, not Sherlock Holmes, Warlock Holmes book. I could say that for any of those because they all start out weird and they finish weird. But Undead Girl Gang like starts out weird, but it actually finishes really strong. So totally that one. Next is Gilderoy Lockhart. I don't like him because he's a Ravenclaw and he's giving us a bad name. Don't like him. Anyway, moving on. A series that started great but fell flat. What have I been reading this year? I want to say Red Queen. And I know that's going to tick off a lot of people because I don't understand, like, there are some, like, attractions there that are just, well, I don't want to say I don't understand because I totally do. I totally get it. It's like the whole Loki thing. It's, you like the villain because you hope to change him, you hope that he succeeds because you want him, you know, he's attractive, he's king, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand the job of Malin. I do not get it. I did not like him. Anyway, but the Red Queen, it started out really powerful. There were so many different ways they could have gone, and then at the end it just kind of stopped. Like, they couldn't figure out how to end it, so they just didn't. I mentioned that before, I'm sure, but it was such a frustrating series because it could have been so strong. It could have been so good, and it wasn't. So that's I'm reading like 3 other series that I hopefully that doesn't happen for. Anyway, that being said, Snape is the last one. A book where you thought the character was the antagonist. Okay, I don't want to give away anything about this, but in the book Stalking Jack the Ripper, which I really, really enjoyed, a lot more than I thought I would. I kind of had it, like, I knew kind of where they were going, and even though this character was so annoying and so I thought I didn't think he was the antagonist. I knew he was the hero, but the antagonist I had between 2 different characters, and I was wrong. I'm okay being wrong. I really should have known. Like, I read enough series that I should know who I should have known who of the 2 characters I had in my mind was the bad guy. And I picked the wrong one. I had it focused on one character and it wound up being the other one. And honestly, I didn't see it coming. I vaguely did, but at the same time, like, I was so focused on this one character that I'm like, it's totally this guy, and I was wrong. So that's my Snape. See, Snape is not a bad guy. Was not a bad guy. Neither was Alan Rickman, you know, rest in peace. So that's my book tag. I want to wish a very happy birthday to Princess. Duh. I'm going to do that every time I say her name. Yeah. So over at the Castle Library, go and say hi. Go send her a happy birthday. I know I will. And I hope you guys have a great night. Remember, knowledge is power. Support your local library. Goodbye from this Ravenclaw. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.